We're here.
Is it time or is it Memorex? Hello, 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 everybody.
Hello.
Yep, I gotta mute me. There we go.
Hello.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for coming. We are here.
Hey, Mr.
Oh,
Boudreaux.
who's here?
Patriot's mom.
Patriot's mom. Good to see you. I'm having to refresh because I don't know what's going on there. I don't have a chat in here for some reason. But good to see you, Patriot's mom, Mr. Boudreaux. Oh, hello there, Lisa Simplified, and good to see you, Nick's Coins. Glad you're here.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. It's good to see you, ladies. I've been missing you.
And there's Tizzo, of course. Tizzo's here. Or he was. I don't know. We're waiting for a few more people to pop in.
Tizzo. Good afternoon, and Patriot's mom.
But
and Mr. Boudreaux.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Doughboy is Mr. Doughboy here.
Oh, he was here.
Mr.
I hope he didn't have to leave.
There's Mr. Doughboy.
Hey, there's Can.
Yeah.
Can. If anybody can.
So Mr. Doughboy came in and said hello to everybody. We don't have unacceptable today.
Oh no, he already did that.
Oh.
He did it earlier. Yeah.
Well, that was unacceptable.
We gotta wait.
And
we gotta wait 30 minutes.
Mildly.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mildly acceptable. All right.
Thank you.
All right. We'll accept that. Good afternoon, Mr. Tizzo, Mr. Doughboy. We've got Joe should be popping in here shortly, but thank you, Ken, for coming in. Appreciate that. Right now we got about 6 people in here. Oh, there he is. Mr. Joe Durbin himself has entered the building.
He's late.
Imagine that. It's a typical Durbin trait, including me. That's me. Good to see everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. And our channel is Coming at the Cabin. Diane's Cabin is all about what's going on besides coins, life beyond coins, the nature, plants, things that we can use on everyday life, essential oils and how we can make that work, cut it back where costs need to be. Hello, Mr. Boudreaux. And just being very prudent with our changing our money where we want to spend it and getting, I don't like chemicals in my stuff. And when I heard about junk that's in our deodorant, I set out long time ago, years ago, to make my own deodorant. And I haven't purchased a stick of deodorant in forever. Probably a good 7 years now. I don't know, give or take. I've been working on doing my own face cream. I make my own toothpaste, tooth powder. Maybe I should make that into a paste. I don't know. Working on the lip balm, by the way, just so everybody knows. Yeah, non-aluminum. You're exactly right, Can. And yeah, there is plant-based deodorant out there. But, if I can make it myself, I'm already saving a lot because it takes pennies on the dollar for me to make it versus buy it off the shelf. And, I have everything here anyway because I cook with the coconut oil. I use baking soda. I have all those ingredients that I actually use every day. So it's not coming out of the pocketbook as much. Other than that, a aluminum free base, Mr. Doughboy. I don't know. Lip balm, mental lip balm is in the works. It's been requested time and time again. And in a couple of weeks, it will not be the week after next because I have, in fact, girls, giving you a heads up. We're doing some housekeeping here before we get started. What's the date? Not next week, but the week after, I won't be able to do a stream because I have to go take my mom to an appointment so she can deal with some stuff for her. So I'll be gone. I won't be around. And, she's 87. I've got to deal with that. It happens. Mm-hmm. And, just to make sure she's good to go. But if that... Doughboy got the eye roll. Oh, dear. And he's good with that. He's laughing and having a good time. So anyway, that's kind of the little bit of the housekeeping about as far as what our channel's about, what's coming up ahead. We have been, last week we talked about a bit about getting the soil ready and what you need to do to restore soil, because that's what Lisa's been contending with, and we dealt with the bugs for Nick's coins, and we did talked a bit about, what did we talk about last night as far as the plant goes? Today, do you remember? I'm all stuck on Mullein today that I can't remember what we did last week. That's ridiculous. Isn't that ridiculous? We did talk about stinging nettle seeds. And I've got a packet coming to both of you girls. Story of my life, Cancan. I know. Doughboy, doughboy, doughboy. Let me poke your belly.
Yes, and
So,
I got the tea from you, and I made the tea this morning, and I liked it.
good for you. Good for
Yeah,
you.
I really liked it. And,
Did you add any sweetener or lemon or
I
anything?
did not. I just wanted to taste it to see what it was like in its natural form. So I will add honey next time, I believe, if I want to buy some local honey and add to it. But it was delicious. I really liked it. It wasn't bitter like, you know, you and I had talked about, but it tasted earthy. You know, just it was
It wasn't green and like
grass, like you would think grass would taste like, and not the
it
kind
wasn't
of
icky
grass.
nasty.
You know, some
You
of
can
these
always add lemon if you right. You can always add lemon if you want a little bit of boost of flavor too, if you know that comes down to that.
Yes, but I really enjoyed it the way it was as well.
Good.
Yes. So
Did you
thank
feel
you.
the energy boost?
Yes, for a bit. And now I'm drinking my coffee.
Yeah, you got to have the coffee. That is not a replacement for coffee.
No,
That's for
I
sure.
don't know if it's ever a replacement because I just like the flavor anyways, but
Right. We got to get you some stinging nettle tea, Lisa, so you can try that.
Yeah,
I need to send you some. Yeah. Even Susie says unacceptable. Oh, no, not Susie, doughboy. If Susie says unacceptable, we're in trouble.
oh no, Susie's so stinking cute.
Isn't she adorable? I
Mhm.
love her too. Well, okay, so you got the stinging nettle. Nick says you didn't do the hair rinse yet, so you're
No,
gonna.
but I plan to make that either later on this afternoon or tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, and then I got a surprise for everybody next week once I start using it.
Joe, Susie knows. Does she? Or do you think?
I can't get sipping on ginger tea, which I bet that's good on your stomach.
Definitely.
Ginger is really good for your stomach.
Definitely. And it's really good for your digestion. If you have issues with your stomach, digestion, or whatever, like it's upset or just whatever, ginger tea is really good. You know.
Yeah. And so if anybody's wanting to throw up or something, if I'm cracking open some sets and they hear the crunch,
just so you know, just in case it comes up.
Warning, make your ginger tea before watching.
Yes, always make your ginger tea before watching.
we do not have those bag reciprocals in case of need. So
because I opened about 4 of them with a tribe, and 50% like it and do it, and 50% were about to turn the volume down.
Yeah, it really it has quite an interesting response, isn't it? Some people are cool with it.
It is. But like I told Kinkin, we're bringing it to the mainstream now, making it okay for people because most like to do it, they just don't like to admit it.
Well, that's what they're selling, though. That's what they're buying.
That was a Gunny thing. I missed it.
What?
Yes, well, Gunny sent me 4 sets to open, and it was a surprise, and I didn't know I was getting them in the mail, so I opened them on camera on Thursday's Tribe show, and so I opened right then and there, and I mean, I didn't need anything. I was just able to twist it. I got them open.
Simple, easy peasy.
Kind of was.
How in the world? That's funny.
Kind of was. So Gunny was like this the whole time. He
was cringing.
Yep.
That's hilarious. I love it. Well, next.
Yes.
Bugs. You and Lisa talked about bugs on what was the name of that plant?
My hydrangea.
Hydrangea. That is such a beautiful plant.
It is a beautiful plant, yes, until your bugs get a hold of it.
Ginger needs ginger tea to settle his tummy when we
crack
the roofs.
Right.
Well, let's go over whoop, I'm going to show this. Here is, I called it your heirloom plant because I couldn't remember.
Right.
But it is kind of an heirloom plant because it's been around for 22 years. That was the plant that was in your wedding, correct?
Yes, this is a clipping from the plant that was in my wedding, and it's actually taller than what it really looks like. But you can see the leaves have been eaten by it's a birch leaf roller, and so I got that neem. No,
it's like neem. You said it right, neem.
neem. I did say it right. Okay, neem spray, and it's an oil derived from a plant, so it's all natural. And so I started spraying the plant, and it's actually now starting to take care of the bugs. But
those were the bugs?
Yes, they are. And I had to start, and that's damage around the bugs. That's,
you can tell where the bug is, where the damage was. That's gross.
Yes. Yes. So I started spraying it every day or every other day and then around the soil. And now it's starting to take care of them. So I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to try anything else right now. And then as soon as I don't see any more, I'm going to start taking them off and just leaving the healthy leaves.
Very good. Very good. So we made progress.
Yes, progress, but I was only doing it, like I said on the package, do it from 7 to 14 days because that's the life cycle of the bugs. So I started doing it more, and it seems to be give them a good dose of lime when it's flowers. Right, but I want to see what color they are first before I try to change the color.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to see what they would be naturally, to see if they were the mauve, which I had in the wedding, or if they're going to be the blue. So I'm anxious to see.
Well, that's a pH thing.
Yes, right. Well, that's why the lime, it will with the pH, you put it in the pH in your soil. Yeah.
There was a tree, maybe it was a hydrangea tree, I don't really know, that we had at the other house that we stayed at, and I would cut those are those like like balls of the flowers, right? They're okay, they would come out white, okay? And I put it in the vase and I put food coloring in it. And every one of them I had blue, red, green, purple.
And did they turn color?
Yeah, because I put it in the water. And then I let it dry and they dried that color. And so
that's really neat.
It was very cool. It was very, very cool. Those leaves must taste delicious. Oh, yeah, with the bugs on them, right, Can? So cool. Anyway, I'm very happy about that because you were really concerned about that.
I wasn't. Well, this is the only clipping I have from that plant because I had several plants at my wedding. So this was literally 22 years in May. So I really didn't want to lose it. And then, of course, I've had it in the house for like a year. I had a plant potted as a plant, but of course it wouldn't. It was kind of getting root bound and it wouldn't grow and it wasn't lost, it had no bloom. So it was time to get it in the ground. And New England is a very good climate for hydrangeas and they grow really big. And then you were talking about Hydrangea Tree and they're white, but then they bloom in the summer as well as in the fall, but they turn pink in the fall. They're beautiful.
Oh, really?
So, yes.
Oh, I bet that would be pretty.
They are so pretty. So I planted some of those as well. And I guess maybe because this was just a newer plant, that's why it got infested with the leaf rollers.
That makes sense.
Yes. But I'm winning.
Oh, you're winning.
I'm winning.
Just don't tell who.
Oops. The bugs that. I don't want them to tell their friends.
No. You know what?
I don't want their friends. Come help them out.
This is what I would say to the bugs. You're dismissed.
Yes. Unacceptable. They're unacceptable.
Absolutely.
They're evicted.
Absolutely. So today we're going to talk about Mullein. I'm sorry. I just happened to put that in there because I lost it. I didn't know it was going to do that. Oh, there's Raina. Raina says that neem oil spray is great for herbs, fruits, veggies, as well as flowers. And it really helps. It really helps. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Raina, thank you for coming.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. Mullein. We've been talking about mullein, and we said, you want me to smoke what? Well, we've been talking about wanting to talk about mullein. I'm going to change this out of there for one thing for quick. And I did go get some. And I ended up pulling one out of by the root. And by the root is very good for back issues, for back pain. I just found that out. And how interesting is that?
Yeah.
I wouldn't take this plant because of where I got it. I just pulled over and went into this old parking lot. It actually had a building on top of it. It was an old motel. Joe, you know which one I'm talking about. And they actually had mullein growing through. I'll show you. Growing through. What did I do here?
You just had it up.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh, I have to do that. Okay. You see right there, that's asphalt around there. Can you see?
Yes, like pavers or something.
To the right side?
Yeah. Yeah, I see the asphalt.
And
Okay. Yes.
that is actually mullein grown. And I think that's probably a younger one. To the left is actually, that was up on a hill, the original photo of it. Pesky neighborhood kids. I don't know, Joe. Meme. Anyway, so we talked about the back issue. Mullein is actually a lung health type plant. You can actually smoke it to stop smoking. And last week I showed you some of the leaves. You dry the leaves out. Oh, I don't even have the camera on me so I can show it to you. This is confusing me a little. I don't mind saying. This is a mullein leaf that is still drying from last week. It is not really dry yet, but you can start hearing it crackling. So it's getting close. And it does have some feathery fuzzies on it, which, that's okay. No big deal. But when you put it in tea and break it up and put it in, steep it in hot water, you're going to want to strain it use a coffee filter, because these little furries could be irritating, these little fuzzy furry fibers. Anyway, this you can smoke, and it's supposed to help clear out the lungs, help heal the lungs, loosen up any mucus that would be in there to where you can cough it up and whatever. But you can also do a tincture of the mullein for cough drop, like cough syrup or whatever. I'm gonna put that back on there.
Hey, Diane.
Yes, ma'am.
What does it smell like?
It doesn't really have a smell. At least not that I can tell. I mean, it's clean. It smells fresh. It's not lemony or no. It's just kind of there. You know what I mean?
I was wondering, as like an in-between thing, if you didn't smoke it, if you use it like a vaporizer, where you could steam and then
a diffuser maybe?
Yeah.
Like a diffuser? That's possible. I don't know. See, I was smelling that, and this one wasn't quite. It's got some of the flowers that have bloomed and opened. I was hoping to find some seeds. However, where I found that you want to, if you're going to harvest mullein, make sure it's good soil, because the thing is that the roots of the mullein actually absorb a lot of soil and a lot of minerals and whatever from the roots. And so that's why they call it, guess what, Lisa, check this out, a soil restorator.
Nice.
Because it pulls all the toxins, all the chemicals, all the stuff out of the root, which is interesting. Where I found it, I thought, how is that growing in between asphalt? It was, it hasn't been that long that's been there, 5 years, 6 years, maybe. I don't know, Joe. You might know that hotel that burnt down. And motel, actually. It was the Black Lake Motel. Back in the day, it was a very nice, exquisite place to be. And I don't know how it was beforehand, But anyway, it burned down. And so it hadn't had a building up there for years. It used to have a gate up there where you couldn't go there. Well, now the property's for sale, so I just drove right up there and got these plants. Check it out. That was the dead one. The one to the left, it's not dead. It actually, after the seeds and it dries up, it has those little totem poles, and you dry the seeds come out of there. And as you can see, the asphalt's still in the bottom. There's another one in the middle. That's probably where I got one of these other ones. And then just from the cracks of the asphalt, it was coming up, which is kind of cool. In a good positive sense, though, you're going to want um, to harvest from one like this in the middle there. Okay. That's a first year plant right there. Seeds have definitely dropped down from the plant. And I'm going to go back here and it's starting to grow. But to the left is the seeds have been dispersed and they can take that and you can make candles out of that as well. So you just bring that. Hey, good to see you, Rhonda. You just
Hi, Rhonda.
wiggle that in some wax and keep it going and you start it and you can use that out in the patio or out in a yard gathering barbecue evening or whatever, and you've got lights there, right? As you can see the leaves, we showed the leaves last time a little bit of how you would, you know, crop those or, you know, harvest those. But the best time to harvest these lovelies, well, now you know where they grow, but that really can grow in good soil. And like I said, in that one picture, it was the asphalt it was growing from, and as you can see from the studies. Now, this study came from Herbs with Rosalie, and the study showed in there, and she actually had that broken down, that it is a bioremediation type plant to where it pulls all those pollutants from the earth, it sucks it up, it carries it away, and does its thing. And so those you don't want to harvest for personal use. You want to harvest, you know, on good soil, and like up on the hill of by down the road from my house. But isn't that interesting? It can be used to restore your soil. The uses of Melania is tea. You can put it in salve. You can smoke the leaves, make a cough syrup of. You can take it as frequently as you want to. It's very high in calcium and magnesium. So, in other words, if I made a cough syrup tincture out of the leaves or the flowers are best, or both, or even from the roots in good soil that you harvest out of, um, then you could use a dropper of that or a spoonful of that every 3-4 hours like you normally would. And what that does is that tincture will do is it will settle down the the lungs, cause them to just quiet down a little bit, break up the mucus and anything that's hard and congested. And what can I say? Cough syrup, cough syrup does, but it really helps to expect out the mucus and such. I'm going to go back a slide because
I have a question. It says it can be harmful if you have liver issues, but then it's also a liver detoxifier.
It is a liver detoxifier, but if you already have liver issues, you need to talk to your doctor.
Okay.
Definitely. I wouldn't recommend anybody trying anything medicinal if you have any background health issues. But because this is a liver detoxifier, you definitely want to, because it just cleans it out. I mean, doctors use it. I saw this video where this doctor was saying they use it for cancer patients. They use it, it's good for psoriasis and eczema and seborrhea, whatever, skin rashes and such. And part of that is because the reason you get that is because your liver needs to be detoxed. It's not doing its work. Yeah, so if you clean that stuff out, and so that your body can work on other areas, whatever. It also is an anti-inflammatory, and like I said, it helps to break out the mucus in your sinuses. It's good for asthma and other allergies as well, which I can adhere to. The other night I was really plugged up, and I had some mullein that I took, made some tea out of, and the next day it wasn't as, I didn't have a problem. It was so bad that in my sinuses, that it was messing with my equilibrium. One of those sinuses. Yeah, so I drank some of that tea along with dandelion tea, added a little mullein tea in it, and it cleared it right up. Well, not totally clear. You can still hear some of this junk from hay fever. It's from the grasses and pollens we got right now around here. But yeah, it helps to clean and move mucus around. And here is an example of some mullein tea. Here's a recipe. If you guys do want that recipe. Hello, Jack Allman. Good to see you. I can send that to you, a copy of this to you, or you could write it down real quick. I should have actually copied it and put it in the description, but I don't even do it this way. Plantain leaves and mullein, I was like, what a great combination.
Mm-hmm.
And dried hibiscus, I have some of that, and maybe you've got some mint. But even just the mullein and dandelion, that's just an example of a recipe that, what was her name that I said? Um, Herbs by Rosalie, that she offered. And I thought, well, that'd be a nice change. So I just take, a teaspoon of my herbs, put it in a tea steamer, pour hot water over it, let it steep for 5 to 10 minutes, and call her good. If I don't like the flavor, I sweeten it with some stevia or honey. Just depends on the mood I'm in. And there you go. So that's that, ladies. What do you think?
I'm wondering what's that other herb? I almost went and Googled it. Mallow?
Mallow?
Oh, let me put it back up.
Yeah, mallow. What's mallow?
I don't know.
I don't know anything. Let's look.
I know.
I want to find out what mallow is because I'm trying to grow all these things.
Right, I hear you. Yeah, I don't know. That's the first I've seen that. So yeah, brand new
Hey,
plant to
Google.
learn, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, good idea.
Looks like it's a plant.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It is a plant. It's not. I don't think it's they would have said mallow root if it was root. So it's probably the mallow.
Yeah, it's a very pretty purple
Yeah.
flower.
Oh, maybe I have it around
All
here.
blue
What I
too.
got.
Something
Mr.
we
Rose.
There's Mr. V Rose. Howdy ho, Mr. Rosie. He's a V Rose. He's a very beautiful rose. I don't know. Must be my mood.
I just had a little bug.
I know. You had a little bug.
I
Just
did.
one bug. I thought you were
I
swatting.
think I got it. I was like,
No, I've got a fly around here too, and he keeps flying past. So if you see me go like this, it's because it's like.
I opened the windows and I think where the screen is, it's not on properly, so it came in. Hi, Skippy.
Well, speaking of that, see this plant? Remember we talked about this plant last week?
Yes.
Here, let me do a big one. This is tansy, we found out. Here's the history of tansy. Speaking of, hey, Skippy, good to see you. Thanks for coming. You put tansy on your windowsill in the days back when they didn't have screens, Nick, and it keeps the bugs away, the mosquitoes, the flies, the whatever.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick this in my hair when I go down the post office to keep those deer flies away and those mosquitoes, because you know what? Them boogers are just ridiculous. And, if that's what it works, but isn't that kind of crazy? Yeah, I'm going to add this little picture thingy there to the stream as well. There's the tansy. Remember we saw that last week right there? Tansy. Crazy tansy.
See, I'd like to I plant some of that around the pool.
That's a cool looking flower.
It gets really tall. And yes, they're called a button. Oh, where's my notes? I'm looking. I didn't even use my notes on the mullein. No wonder it seemed kind of dead and tiresome. Everybody wants to know if you can smoke it.
Who wants to smoke it?
Who wants to smoke it? This is an insect repellent plant. It will repel flies, ants, butterflies, mosquitoes. Stay away and it adds potassium to the soil.
Ah,
Great around the raspberries. That would be perfect to plant around the raspberries. I find it growing along the driveway in different areas. I've been noticing it's kind of, disturbed soil. But it gets really tall. It's almost as tall as me, 5 foot.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 foot tall?
Huh?
You're only 5 foot tall.
Well, 5'2". Yeah, I'm a short little girl.
You're petite.
Huh?
You're petite.
That's what I said, Nick.
She's petite.
Yeah.
Well, how tall are you girls?
I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6".
Really?
Yeah.
I'm 5'4.5".
Okay,
Oh,
you
you're
don't have
petite
to.
too.
Okay, so we got Nick and then yeah, okay.
I'm right at the edge there.
I'm always the shortest girl in the crowd.
Well, just think if your clothes shrink in the dryer, it's okay. If mine do, I have to get another one because it's too short.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
Making a note to self, Nick.
No, get a step stool to get the clothes out of the washing machine.
Mr. V Rose is 5'4". He's petite too.
Cindy's 4'11". She's shorter than everybody. Well, my grandmother was under 4 foot, so what can I say?
Mr. V Rose is asking your husband a question. You want to go check that out?
Are you making all this stuff up just so you can meet up at length like this and grab it over tea, plants, and laundry? Joe, are you doing that, Joe? I don't know. The common tansy also is known as bitter buttons, cow bitter, or golden buttons because of the flowers. The flowers are like a little button shape, right? Flat button.
Yeah.
So if you have ants around your house, plant some tansy. It could also be used as a spice. Joe and Zach Survival on YouTube said they could use it as a spice. You don't need to use a whole lot of it. It tastes a lot like sage. And you just leave the flowers and the leaves to dry. And you can use it like a sage, but use less than you would normal sage. Years ago, in refrigerators, they used to, here's some history, guys. They used to put it in between meat when they stored meat because they didn't have refrigerators.
Oh.
And they used that because it would keep the bugs off of them.
Oh, nice.
For a period of time. I know, is that crazy? And like I said, they would put them in their windowsills to keep the bugs away when windows were open in the summertime, days before they had screens. And it was also sometimes called the funeral plant. And
I was going to say dead bodies.
they would place it in the caskets to help keep it decomposing. And that's why they named it the death plant.
Oh my God.
I know, weird, huh? But that's some history about that thing. But I was sitting there thinking, and it does work. I actually, when I went to the mailbox earlier today, I went and down there I had my hoodie because I put the hood on because the deer flies just go crazy on you. And I didn't want them to go crazy on me. And mosquitoes came in, but on my way back, I went and cut some tansy, the common tansy. I cut it up, and I had one on each side. Mosquitoes were trying to bug me, but they couldn't get past the tansy. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start putting those in my bun and my hair. Keep those bugs away when I'm walking down there. It'd be better than spraying.
I wonder if you can make like a bug repellent out of that.
You probably could.
Like if they have an oil or something. I mean, if it's that great, I wonder if the scent. That'd be something that I would like to see about.
You know what? That's something. If you can extract any kind of oil out of a plant and do an essential oil, and I can't remember how you would do that. We'd have to research that.
Yes.
I'm sure you could do that, or put it in some, diffuse it in some oil, whether it's apricot oil, whether it's coconut oil or whatever, and just simmer it in the pan for 4 or 5 hours, just really low heat. Just let it soak up all the oils out of the plant and use that for a repellent. That might work well.
Yes. Mr. Doughboy wants to know if it can be used as toilet paper. So I think he can be our.
You can wipe your butt with, but not with.
You try it and let me know how that works.
Right. You can take them along, use that as cowboys' toilet paper. Just remember they do have fuzzy hairs on them, and it might make your,
your tissue red. Your tissue red.
Tissue red, yes.
Let us know how that works out for you.
Right. You're out camping and all you can find is that. There you go.
Yes. Thanks for your participation, and that's your homework.
That's your homework.
Oh, God.
He's on it. He's right on it. That's right. So isn't that interesting about the tansy? So yeah, I was wondering, there is a testament to that because there was a fly that was here, and they usually go to the window. But every time he get close to this area, I did notice him moving away, and I was like, "What is this thing?" So he would come over. I was like, "Don't be pestering me," but they did this big, huge turnaround. So there's
That's
something about
really
that.
Wow.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Hmm.
What a great find.
I know, and I don't know if that pollen. I don't know if it. I had the tansy from last week, and it's sat here. It doesn't suck up a lot of water either. It still had a bunch of water from inside the
No, the
vase.
leaves remind me of a fern leaves.
Yes, the leaves are a little ferny, but they're
Yeah.
not. The button flowers are a telltale that that's what that is. But I think it's kind of cool. But anyway, I didn't know if it was seeds that were coming off of the flowers when I set them down to change them out, or
Mhm.
if it was just pollen coming all over the place.
Is the
Um,
pollen bothering your allergies?
Well, I didn't notice that it was pollen
Well, good.
until
Okay.
later, so I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it was more from being out in the wind, and it was the tree and grass because that's real high right now.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and Doughboy does have a spring, Mr. Vibros.
Well, please
Just
don't, because your spring probably runs into my creek behind my house, so I would rather not, Mr.
dig a
Doughboy.
hole. Dig
Do
a
you know how
hole.
many misters we have in here? Mr. Brudeau, Mr. Doughboy, Mr. V. Rose. I think I'm going to be Mr. Nick from now on.
That could be confusing.
Yeah.
You might have to use a pronoun.
Well, pronouns are not cool right now.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, they're not cool right now, huh?
No.
Like you're supposed to, that's some kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah, they're not in right now. Pronouns are out for today.
oh,
Just so you guys know, there's a dirt spot that got kind of whatever when I was moving the hydrangeas. Excuse me, hostas out and separating them out because they were just huge. The ball was this big. I had to chop them up, and I got 4 or 5 plants out of
wow.
one hydrangea. Anyway, I've got the one plant weed growing in there, and I was like, why can I not remember the name of that plant? I'm struggling today with it. But anyway, I took the tansy that was left over from yesterday out of it and stuck it in the thing. And I was like, well, if it didn't soak up that much water, it doesn't need much. So maybe just whatever will keep the mosquitoes away for the barbecue pit when we cook outside on the deck. So we'll see. But anyway, next year I'm going to find out how to get those plants or those seeds, and I'm going to plant them around where the deck is, like you were saying, around the pool, Nick.
Yeah, around the deck in the pool area. Yeah.
For sure. And even around where the kids play on the swing set.
Right. Hi,
It
freaking
didn't look like it
awesome.
needed a lot of sun. It looks like it would, because where I went, it was mostly shady in those areas. Hey, there's a plant for you, Lisa. To get rid of mosquitoes and flies and pesky bugs.
Diane, can you answer Mr. V. Rose's question, please?
Is a tansy or dansy? It's tansy, T-A-N. V Rose, are you being a pain? Or are you just being you? Tansy, there you go. It's spelled for you right there. It's the button plant. The button plant. So there you go. So next year, yep, we're going to grow some. I'm going to go get some mullein, and I'm trying to get the seeds. If not, I do have a resource to get some, to grow some. Oh, you're welcome, Mr. V. Rose. Glad I could help you. I appreciate that was a sincere question. He wasn't messing around.
Wow.
So thank you very much. We went through a lot of this real fast. Does anybody have any? Hey, Mean One, good to see you. If you mail a self-addressed envelope to the National Butterfly Foundation, they will send you milkweed seeds for free. Oh, I've got plenty of milkweed seeds if you want them. And that's really great for the monarch butterflies. That's what feeds them.
Are you speaking from experience, Mr. Doughboy?
Right?
Oh, that's a very good question, Mr. V. Rose.
Hello, freaking awesome. How you doing?
Yes, there's such a thing as a natural sunscreen. And I
Shade.
have read a little bit about this.
I think it's called shade.
That too. That too. That too.
Yeah, yeah, shade will do it. Yeah, we made a natural
Keratin.
sunscreen earlier when we started the channel. In fact, I think I got a video up on that.
Yes, we do. But then also beta carotene. The more beta carotene you get, the natural, it's sun. The more orange you'll turn, but it will give you
We'll
natural
just walk around
sunscreen. So
like
you
we'll
won't
be like a
burn.
bunch of orange people and we won't be sunburned, okay?
But you won't burn, but it won't keep the bad SUV rays out. It'll just
Oh,
make
it does.
it won't burn.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Perry Custom Cards, good to see
Well,
you.
he's in Florida and there's not much shade for Mr. V Rose. I'm sorry. Perry Custom Cards, good to see you. Blueberry. Do you have any blueberry plants by you, Diane? Have you? You know, there is an area, but it's not real close to me. But people go and pick blueberries every year. You can pick them by the pound, you know, and then bring them home and do your thing with them. Um, I haven't noticed blueberry plants. I threw some blueberries out to see if they would go to seed and what would happen with them, but I haven't noticed anything.
I do have a lot of blueberry plants around me, but they are the small blueberries, the wild blueberries. So,
Mm-hmm.
like when we go pick them, you can't pick them. You've got to rake them, or it'll take forever for you to. So it's a rake, you rake it and then scoop it up, and it's like it has it in this big scoop.
Oh, it's like a raking scoop, like it's got those
Yeah.
toes that you go
Yeah.
through. And
Oh, okay.
Because they're not very high off the ground. They are off the ground a little bit, but not very high off the ground because they're the natural main, wild blueberries. So, and they're
Okay.
delicious. We have them everywhere.
Nice.
That might be what the bears like.
We have wild strawberries all over the place, but by the time I get ready to go get them, they're gone. The
Yeah,
animals are
same here. We have the raspberries and the strawberries, and it seems like the birds are getting at them before I can get to them.
I have got a lot of raspberries coming through right now in that but they're so thick in there.
Yeah, you
And
can
that's
come
why I
up-
was thinking I'm going to have to take some of the tansy and stick it in my hair and around me so that I can get
that would make a nice hat. Like the straw hats, and then put the flowers.
Oh, good.
It'd be
good
pretty.
idea. Really great
Yeah,
idea.
yeah.
It would be pretty because they're such unusual flowers.
Yes, but they look like buttons too. So it kind of could look like a button on the
It will look
hat.
like it's supposed to be in there anyway. Yeah.
Right, right.
Right?
Good one. And they don't need water.
Yeah. Isn't that strange? They just, no. I mean,
Well, like minimal water. They probably get
Well,
they
and
probably get it from the air outside.
And then mosquitoes like water too, so maybe that's helpful as well because you're not having much standing water around when you're watering your flowers, so it's not going to keep the mosquitoes and the flies coming around.
interesting. I don't know. This plant has got me curious because, like, Oh, Skippy, you got to go back to work. Well, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you coming in.
Oh, Skippy, thank you for coming.
Yeah. Well, winding down here, tinctures, we've talked about that many, many times. And the ladies and I are going to do some tinctures at the cabin coming up very soon, just to give you an idea of what's coming up soon.
Paul
Go ahead.
I just saw Paul Hampton here.
Oh, hey, Paul Hampton. What in tarnation? Yeah, you missed most of the fun,
Hi,
Paul. But you
Paul.
go back and watch the rerun. Anyway, we're going to make tincture here at the cabin. Are we going to do that next week, girls? Do we want to do that next week?
Yes, I think that would be a yes.
Lisa,
You ready for it?
Are you ready for it?
I don't know. What supplies do I need? We'll have to have a conversation.
Oh, you gotta have some vegetable glycerin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
You
to-
can get that at the grocery store, though.
Pardon me?
You can get it at the grocery store. It's very easy to get.
Okay, we can offline about that because I'm in my minimalist mode, so I don't have too much stuff here.
Oh, you don't have to get a big old gallon of it.
No, I mean, like, what are the kind of pots and pans do you need?
You don't. You just need a mason jar or a reusable jar that you can put a lid on. That'll work.
That I use
That'd
for
be
my
perfect. That'd be perfect. Yep, and you can, I don't know if you want to get some, what kind of plant you want to make. Do you have raspberries close by that you can get raspberry leaves?
No.
That's an example. I'm just thinking because raspberries on my brain.
Rose, I have rosemary. I have plenty of things that I could tincture.
There you go. Okay. I'm going to take this stinging nettle and make a tincture. No, actually, no, I'm going to do plantain
Oh,
because I got a ton of plantain. I could do the stinging nettle too. I should because I've been making that into a tincture so that I could use that as my vitamin through the winter rather than making tea all the time because of the nutrient. We talked about that, about how high nutrition the stinging nettle is. I've got some self-heal. I can show you guys what kind of tinctures I already have going on, and some of them are almost ready to be revealed. In fact, that tincture with the stinging nettle and kale is about ready to be revealed. I'm looking forward to that. And we can show how to pour that. I can show you how to pour that into whatever, because it takes 8 weeks for it to actually, unless you want to do it the fast pace, which anytime you do fast and increase heat or whatever, then you're taking the chance of killing off nutrients, and we don't really want to do that. But you can do it in a 3-day period in a pressure cooker. No, not a pressure cooker, crock pot, to where you just let that heat up on low for 3 days in water. Topics that we might cover coming up. I've been learning a little bit more about that cockabur, also known as burdock, and the benefits of it. Oh, maybe that was burdock I was thinking. That's the doctor I was watching on burdock, who actually burdock is good for helping with cancer, and it's the root.
So Mr. V. Rose has a neighbor that has the neem tree.
Really?
Nice.
Yes, we talked about that at the beginning of the show. That's what I spray my plants, Mr. V. Rose, to kill the birch leaf rollers.
Hi, Can. It's so good to see you.
So good to see you, Can.
He's saying hi, and I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm on the StreamYard start, so I'm kind of missing it.
Well, he had said just a few minutes ago that he Gunny had called him, so he was just able to come back. So he just got off the phone with Gunny. So
okay, thank you.
Yes.
Good. So we'll talk about self-heal, which there is some still out there, and I've got a tincture of self-heal. Probably should cover self-heal, about dehydrating infusions and why we do that. We kind of talked a little bit about that today, about how you pull the oils of the plant and the essentials and the nutrients out of there. That's why you do a tincture, or that's why we do an oil. For example, when we made the plantain salve, I had self-heal and plantain and a little bit of yarrow in there to pull out all the nutrients, and I cooked it slowly in the coconut oil for a good 2 to 4 hours. Actually, I thought it was an hour, but I actually left it for a while. And I'm in a double boiler, we're going to deal with the lip balm down the road because it's getting reproduced. It has a new formula. That we decided to go with the name Mental Lip Balm because by accidentally, on purpose, not really on purpose, it became Mental Lip Balm, and so you guys loved it, and we're going to
love it.
Run with it. Because we're going to run with it, girls, aren't we?
Yes, and because it's funny and
it makes sense. When we change the formula, so now it's going to, and I've got to read. Yes. I got to redo something because we changed the formula. There are some things that had to be changed on it. It's a little too runny, so I'm going to add something else on there. So yeah, we'll take care of that this week, and I'll get that shipped out to you girls so that we can get that introduced. Fall is coming. They're going to need their lip balm, and
it's a crowd favorite. Need one. Mental lip balm, yay! So
yay! Yep. And it's going to be mentholated so that you get that cooling sensation and that medicinal healing.
Yes, doesn't use it all before she tries to send it out to us.
Who doesn't use it all, Joe?
Joe.
It's under lock and key. You can't touch it.
He's been a little quiet, so I'm wondering.
Kind of like the vault, you know what I'm saying? I can't get in the vault to go find coins from my collection.
Oh,
dinner.
Well,
Oh,
he's been awfully quiet in the chat for the past
Yeah,
few
he's
minutes,
on the. Turned out he's on the phone. Somebody must have
so he
called.
might be trying to find that mental lip balm.
No, he's funny. Yeah, he just happened to be on the phone. Sorry, guys.
No, talks a lot. Now he's on the telephone.
Believe it or not, he's on the phone.
I know. Imagine
When did
that.
that start? When did that start? So funny, right? Can you
Oh,
guys think of anything else that's coming up or we need to do or what we're getting ready? It's coming down to the school's getting ready to start for people.
I
A
know.
couple of weeks
Ken
already.
uses mental floss.
Can use his mental floss.
Floss, yes. That's what it says in the
Mm,
chat, yes.
that's
So
a good
I'm
thing.
looking forward to
that's a
the
good one
fall.
to cover.
Looking forward to the fall to see what we can find in the fall. Apples and pumpkins and
You know what? Yeah, we can make pumpkin seeds. I love pumpkin seeds.
they're very good for you and nutritious. And I've got several different toppings that we put on them here at my house. And um, you don't need to cook them for long, but you do need to cook them a little bit. And so I would like to
I agree. I
see.
agree. So, there's a lot coming up. It's August. We're going to get through that. We'll get one more week here. The third Tuesday of August, I will not be here, I don't think. It's in a morning appointment, depending upon how mom does, whether I can rush back
Lots of
and do
protein.
whatever. I may or may not be able to. I might just put up a video for something that's coming up. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That's 2 weeks away, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. But what do we say we're going to do next week? No, we won't be able to do that yet. I don't think. I don't think it'll get there by then. It might. If it gets there by then, we can. Definitely going to talk about burdock, I think.
Yes, we have a lot of that around ponds, correct? That's where they normally grow?
Burdock grows everywhere. I
Okay.
have so much burdock that I've got to find out. Either I'm going to chop it off and kill it and get it removed, but I'm going to go to the root. The root in its first year is its best. If it starts to go to seed, you don't want the root because all the nutrients are going to the seed, and that's where they get everywhere. And they get everywhere. It's an invasive plant, but it's a good plant. So I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Hey, Chu, good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Okay, so we have a question from Freaking Awesome. What was that? Maybe you could smoke at the cabin. Oh, so
Oh, that's the Mulan leaf. Here, let's get him some.
yes,
Here, let me show him a
they
leaf.
are nasty stuff, Paul.
You could smoke anything you want at the cabin, I think.
Oh, that's true.
Joe
You probably
does.
could. I don't think we would mind.
What?
I don't think we would mind. But you could roll this up in a paper. You can crunch it up. I don't know, whatever smoking apparatus you choose to use. It is good for your lungs. It helps to clear out mucuses, helps to clean them out, helps to do some lung repair. If you have sensitive lungs, believe it or not, isn't this funny? Okay, so if you're having trouble with the reason that you cough is because you have an irritant, right? Obviously. Well, even smoking the Mulan leaf will help to loosen. Believe this or not, yeah, you'll cough and stuff, but it actually settles it down. It stops the spasms. When
It
you're
helps
coughing, you've
with the
got lung spasms
inflammation
going on. Say that again.
because it helps with the inflammation as well. So the irritants always cause your lungs to be constricted because of the inflammation as well. So it's going to help calm that down.
Yes, oh boy, he was. Burdock was the helicopter pilot for the A-team.
Safety meeting held on the 4th floor, room number 20.
That's right, Can. Safety meeting, 4th floor, room number 20. That's, I love that. That one was good. That was good.
That was good.
Guys, I think, yeah, we've almost been on for an hour already. Anybody have any questions? I just don't want to leave anybody hanging. It was kind of a different type of a stream today.
It was still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned. I mean, I can't wait to go plant some of that.
Mulan.
Hey, got here late. What are we smoking? No.
Anthony, what are we smoking? We're not. But you know what? You could. Mulan. And then Joe shows up. How does that work? Were they talking to each other on the
They
phone?
must have been, I bet. Oh, that's a new. I gotta stop that.
I know. I know.
Don't know where that come from. But,
I don't know, but I was thinking the same.
this is why you guys don't do more of these. Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you. We're smoking.
Joe won't let us.
Mullet. No, not mullet. Mulan. Heroes.
Heirloom is the seal. I know. I gotta stop doing the seal over hickory chips.
I thought you were doing Snidely Whiplash.
No, I was just no. I guess it helps me.
He does do that, didn't he? But that was wasn't he a cartoon character?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
One of two things need to happen. Oh, there goes
It's 1 hour than I usually get all day long.
Oh, over hickory chips. Oh, so what? No, that's grilling Heroes. What, an hour? When do 3 women get together and only talk for an hour? Well, the truth is, it happens. Paul Hampton. I have noticed more men talk more than women in my lifetime than women talk.
Has anybody met Gunny?
I mean, let's take an example.
and also, we don't stop just because the stream is over.
Well, yeah,
right. That's right. No, we have to defrag, and we have to do conclusion, and we have to, what do they call it? What do you call it when you in the military? Come on, you guys, military guys, you know when you have to do the conclusion of everything, and okay, whatever, it doesn't matter.
No, I don't know. I'm not military.
No, I'm not. Never, Diane. And after the show goes on and on, well, that's true, but it's different. I mean, it's different. We're plotting and planning.
Yes.
For the next round.
All are like, okay, we got a break. It's time to cook supper.
That's right. That's right. Time to cook supper. We're done. Okay, 8:00 call. Maybe. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm going to need coffee or we're going to have to get off. And either way, see how you are, V Rose. See how you are. Yep, throw the women under the bus.
That's right.
There's going to be more women in here than there's men.
I can't imagine that that's a bad thing.
No. Anyway, so next week we'll talk about some burdock. We'll see how things are going with your neem. That'll be about 2 weeks around, won't it, Nick? On the bugs? 14 days?
Yes. 14 days. Well, 14 days, but I've been doing it every other day.
Every other day. So we'll have some. And how are things going on your neck of the woods? Lisa's over there ever so quiet.
I just don't want to interrupt you. You had a good one today, and I was learning a lot.
Good. Very good. I'm excited. We got to figure out a way to get that Mulan to you to help restore your.
Well, actually, I'm going to do some white turnips as a remediation for the compacted nature of my backyard. So there's multiple things going on. And
will you eat the white turnips though, or no?
Pardon me?
Will you eat the white turnips?
No, you can, but
yes, they're delicious. Put some in salad. They're delicious white turnips. Turnips are my favorite vegetable. They're a root vegetable. But the white turnips I just tried for the first time. They're small.
But you know what? It was the purple turnip and the white radish. But the white turnips, you're right. I love those white turnips.
Yes. Okay. So the purple turnip, is that rutabaga? No, that's the turnip. Okay, because turnips and rutabagas are similar to me.
But there's a radish that is very penetrating into the soil. So I have multiple things going on, and I need to aerate. It's very compacted. So I'm going to scatter some of these white radishes and let them create, dig into the soil or the dirt. And
So they're roots that pull up the chemical composites as well.
Actually, what they do is they dig in, and those plugs that you use for the aerators.
Yeah.
Okay, they kind of make that kind of situation. So they have really fine roots that come out of them, these radishes. And I think they're a Japanese radish, and they're really good for improving compacted soil. So I'm going to throw those down, and it's going to be multi-layered kind of resolution happening. I do have echinacea seeds that I'll be able to dry pretty soon, I think. So I'm happy about that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So you're making progress along the way doing the thing.
Pineapple turn down cake. That sounds delicious. And I'm hungry because it's almost supper time.
Pineapple turn down cake. Yep, I said raccoons. Raccoons. Joe says turnips are deer food. Men, don't be fooled.
They are actually.
They are.
Good boy.
He says, show me someone who orders turnips with prime ribs.
I love turnips. Oh my gosh.
So do I. I do too.
You got to make them with, if they're a little bitter, you put a little sugar in them and a little bit of butter.
A
little bit of butter.
That's right, Paul. White icicle radish. Daikon radish. That's exactly right.
Joe says, Nick, is that a segue to say goodbye?
Yeah. Probably good. Mr. Durbin, we are not talking a lot. We're keeping it to a minimum.
We're keeping it very, very civil and down low.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to talk so much? We're not doing that anymore.
And $5 for the
mods. We got to get rid of that.
He's a mod. I guess I could. I'm mod channel advisor.
Yeah.
He's a mod.
Wow. I'm sorry. Unacceptable. Not on my channel. We could remove his moderation. Okay, he didn't really say it.
We'll have a mod
explanation mark.
Yeah, we'll make him come to a meeting with us afterwards, and we'll keep him.
You can have him. I don't want to keep him.
No, I just mean from talking to whoever he wants to really talk to.
Oh.
Flags.
Joey. What are you doing, Joey?
Getting himself in trouble.
Sprouts P2U. I love Brussels sprouts. I like to cook my Brussels sprouts with onions, carrots, sometimes the ends of asparagus in butter, in a little bit of olive oil with salt and pepper, and sometimes I add a little garlic and stir fry it up, and it is really good. The little bit of carrots, sweeten them up and take the bitter away.
Who's hungry? Because now I'm getting hungry.
I know. It's time to go get veggies. Right? I'm there. Who's hungry?
I'm so hungry.
Yep. Joe's in. Nikki, remediation.
Yes. We will be talking about this afterwards. We'll have to see.
Right.
Yes. We'll have a committee on, what we do with our pests in the stream.
You're in trouble, Joe. You've been caught.
Yeah.
Stinky veggies. Yeah. Well, nobody said anything about stinky veggies.
Brussels sprouts. They get a little smelly.
I like to roast them in the oven or even grill them.
So do I.
Yes.
Oh, I bet they would be good roasted on the grill.
Oh, so good. So good.
I bet those would be really good with onions. Oh, like a shish kebab type with the onion, the Brussels sprout, and then maybe a carrot.
Yes. Yes. And a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. Nothing else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do that too. So I tried to grow Brussels sprouts last year, and it was a pretty epic failure. But we know the soil wasn't worth anything.
Well, so you could try it this or next season.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have. I don't know how much I'm gonna try for the fall, but I'm getting my seeds started, and I'm like, do I do Brussels sprouts or not? I don't know. I was so disappointed.
I'd like to do Brussels sprouts in the house, but I don't know if this winter how that would work.
But they're
They
better
get
in the
so
cold.
tall, huh?
They're better in the cold.
They do like colder weather, but they get so tall.
Ah.
That's kind of Brussels sprouts and broccoli would be good in the house.
Oh, I love broccoli.
Me
Big
too.
words are heavy, Joe. Words have meaning. Words are big. Mr. Doughboy.
Anthony likes to roast them in the compost heap. Really?
Elephant garlic roasted and smeared on fresh sourdough.
Look at Paul
Yeah.
Hanson's menu. Go catch a muskrat and give it to Diane and tell her to cook it. She can eat it with the Brussels sprouts. You have a big steak and taters. Yeah. A muskrat.
How about we just go get the roadkill?
Well, if we're gonna go that route, yeah.
Might as well just go get the roadkill and call it a day.
Okay.
Like,
That's right.
Garlic roasted and smeared on fresh sour. You guys
I
already
love
said that.
sourdough bread. I'm like,
It's really good. I know Joe loves sourdough bread, and there's this one shop where he got it in California that
oh,
they really do need to connect because he keeps talking about it, but and nothing comes together. So he's gonna have
I
to.
like French toast on the sourdough.
I like sourdough too, and I like it because it has more structure. It's a hard.
Yes, it
it's a
doesn't
firmer
smell.
He has a lot. Yeah, it's more dense, right?
Yes, yes. And you can make a French toast casserole with it so it doesn't get all soggy. And that is really good too.
French toast casserole.
That's French toast, but you break up the bread. That's, sourdough bread, and you put it in the casserole and dish. And you do the cinnamon and a little bit of milk and the eggs and the whole 9 yards. Just how you make French toast, but you bake it. And it comes out tasting exactly like French toast because that's what it is, really. And it's not soggy. I'll have to show you. I'll have to give you the recipe. Try it because if you don't like it, at least the kids will, and it's an easy breakfast for when for the kids.
That'd be perfect for Axel because he likes French toast.
Yep, and it's easier to make. Yes.
And he doesn't like maple syrup.
Oh,
I told him that's only because you haven't had the real deal. No, he'd rather have the cinnamon.
Oh, well, there. Or you could even do powdered sugar too, with take powdered sugar, put the cinnamon in it with a little bit of milk, and it's like and drizzle it over it.
There's that.
Almost like a frost, but but like a cinnamon roll type frosting.
The boys are all chatting, and I'm just trying to read the chat. I'm just going, wow.
Yeah, Mr. Doughboy is being a little bit funny too with his icons, his emojis.
Yeah.
I didn't see them.
It looks like a cow. It looks like a cow. And then
Mr. Doughboy. And then Can with his bread, but Mr. Doughboy says, I can get away with a lot with the girls, Joe.
Oh, look at they're having this little private conversation. We can end the stream right now.
You guys don't need us.
Apparently not. They're having a good time. We'll just let this run a while. We'll put our camera off and you guys just have at it.
Oh wait, Paul said he made his own. I used to make my own sourdough bread, but I never used grapes. But I used to be part of a group and we would make friendship bread.
Oh, I need to go check the grocery store some cotton candy grapes. It's about that time. Cotton candy grapes are delicious.
Yeah, we're all hungry, I think.
You're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, well, see, it's 4 o'clock my time.
So material. They need material. That's why they want us to keep talking. No, we're done.
We don't need material. We're trying to be respectful.
Right. And besides, it's been an hour. It's time to go.
No, I think you can get them at the end. Maybe they are out. No.
Well, Joe doesn't know. We've never seen them.
Oh, Joe. I have coyotes in my backyard too, Mr. V. Rose, and we shoot them.
Ew, do you really?
Well, yes, you can all year long. They used to have a bounty on them in my state. They used to get
Blueberry,
$100 per coyote you killed. I haven't killed any, but
blueberry sourdough bread sounds really good. I love anything blueberry.
I
That's
love
good to
blueberries.
try also. Oh, you are you, Joe? Okay. To be respectful, that's why you got to look for more material.
You
What?
ever heard of cotton candy grapes? Oh, they're delicious.
Yeah, I never have either. So when he said that, no, they're out, Nick, I was like, he doesn't know. We never heard of
Yeah,
it.
Joe doesn't know everything.
No, but Diane does.
Diane knows everything.
Diane's the boss.
She's our
Yes,
hero.
apparently. So everyone else does.
Sorry,
Oh, maybe
Joe, but
that's
she's
the
your boss
problem.
too.
Don't point the camera at the ceiling. Oh, no, we won't. All right, guys, we're going to take off. We'll see you next week. We'll talk about burdock and some other fun stuff, how things are going with Nick's bugs, and how the turnip planting is happening with Lisa, and all the new stuff that's coming up. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening around it's that time of year where things are starting to be ready to be harvested and then replanted, and there's a lot going on. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, we do stick together, Joe, like bread and butter. That's how it works.
So who's the bread and who's the butter? Asking for a friend, Joe.
There you go. There you go. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in. We appreciate it very much.
Hi.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Nick, for
Thank you.
you being here and your contribution. And I couldn't do this without both of you, so I appreciate you tons. Thank you. We'll see.
Yeah, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys next week.